Hey, good morning. You are watching Do I Need a Lawyer here on Atlanta's CW Network. And a big thank you to the crew. You guys have been awesome this morning. Thank y'all. Thank y'all very much. Now, I'd love to go to a question from one of our viewers. Good morning, Gary. I'm hoping you will take the time to answer my question. I was hurt in a car wreck last week. I was at a complete stop at a red light. The other driver said she turned to give a pacifier to her baby in the back seat, and she didn't realize the light had turned red. You guessed it, she ran into the rear of my car. I was driving a 2013 Honda Accord that had to be towed. The repairs are going to be just above $3,000. I was shaken up at the scene of the wreck, and I didn't want to go to the hospital by ambulance. However, when my husband came to pick me up, I was hurting. He took me to the emergency room, and the doctor has now referred me to an orthopedist. Well, here are my questions. Who will pay my doctor bills? And number two, my car was less than a year old. What about the damages to it? Thanks, and I look forward to hearing from you. And that was from Maddie in Ellenwood. Maddie, thanks for the email. And let me start with one part of your question first. You wrote, I'm hoping you will take the time to answer my question. I promise you, I will always answer your questions. That's my job. We offer a free confidential consultation with no obligation. And if we can't help you, we will often have recommendations to you for someone that may be able to help you. But we answer every question, and I thank you for yours. Now, your first question, who will pay my doctor bills? A claim will be made against the insurance company for the driver that rear-ended you to pay for your medical bills. However, please know that her insurance company will not pay for your medical bills as you treat with a doctor for your injuries. They will wait until you settle and after you've completed your treatment. So the first thing we will do is to look and see if you have MedPay coverage or MPC on your car insurance. MedPay coverage is like health insurance on your car for all the occupants in your car. Again, it's sometimes listed as MPC. If you have it, your insurance company will pay for reasonable and necessary medical expenses up to the limits of the policy. Again, this is regardless of who is at fault. Now, what happens if there is no MedPay coverage? Then we can help you find a doctor that is willing to provide medical treatment to you through a medical lien. And what is medical lien? This is essentially an agreement between the patient, the person that's hurt, and the doctor. And if and when the personal injury claim settles, the attorney agrees to pay the doctor's medical bills out of the settlement. And in most cases, doctors are not willing to treat a patient on a lien basis unless they know they have an attorney to help protect the doctor's bills. And here's one thing I'd like to stress to our viewers. If you've been injured in a car wreck, it's important that you get prompt medical care for your injuries. And this should be done regardless of whether or not you plan on presenting any kind of claim against the at-fault party's insurance company. Look, you had your health before the wreck. You need your health when all is said and done. Now, your second question. My car was less than a year old. What about the damages to it? Well, we would certainly make sure the at-fault insurance party covers the repairs to your vehicle. But however, there is another claim we would pursue on your behalf. And this is a claim the insurance company doesn't want you to know about. The claim is for the diminished value of your vehicle. If you're involved in a car wreck, your car will suffer property damage. When you get your car repaired, you know it's going to be worth less than it was before the wreck. Think of it this way. You walk into a used car lot and you see two identical cars parked side by side. One has never been wrecked and one has been wrecked and repaired. Most people would never buy the car that has been wrecked and repaired. You don't want to buy someone else's problem. We can all understand that. And even if you would consider buying the car that's been wrecked and repaired, you would want to do so only if you received a substantial discount. Diminished value is what the market says your vehicle lost in value because of the wreck and the repairs. And I have a whole chapter devoted to diminished value claims in the #1 best-selling book that's available on Amazon. It's called The Authority on Personal Injury Claims in Georgia. And this is the definitive guide that I wrote for injured victims and their attorneys. You can pick up a copy again at Amazon.com. All of my clients get a copy of this book free of charge. And if you've been hurt in a wreck and you don't hire an attorney, folks, I'm telling you, you are letting the insurance company hang on to your money, plain and simple. And this is money that can be used to help take care of your future medical needs or to help you catch up on your bills. So please, you owe it to yourself to call a lawyer to discuss the facts of your specific claim. The trauma of being involved in a car wreck, that's frightening enough. But now you're faced with a lot more. Who's going to pay for your medical bills? How do you get medical treatment for injuries if you don't have health insurance? You're worried because the paychecks have stopped coming in? but the bills haven't. You may be left without a car. Well, where do you turn? What are you going to do next? You have absolutely nothing to lose by calling a lawyer. But think of all you can lose if you don't. And if you'd like to speak with me, with my law firm, about your claim, we make it so easy for you. Just pick up the phone and give us a call. 770-934-8000. Again, the consultation is free, completely confidential. There's no obligation. Or you can email me the question, Gary@GaryMartinHayes.com. I review all of these questions. I will answer that. And I'd be more than happy to talk to you about your claim. And stay tuned. More of Do I Need a Lawyer on Atlanta's CW Network. We'll be back in just a moment.